Welcome back to my channel, Valuable Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we'll uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1961, minted in Denver. This little penny packs a big story and an even bigger potential for collectors and investors alike. If you've ever wondered what makes a seemingly ordinary penny valuable, you're about to find out. The 1961 D penny belongs to the Wheat Cent series, a beloved design that graced American coins from 1909 to 1958. But the 1961 coin is actually a Lincoln Memorial cent, introduced in 1959 and continuing the legacy. It features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design so enduring that it remains in use today. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity and strength, capturing a pivotal piece of American heritage. The 1961 Denver mint mark is a small but important detail, indicating where this coin was struck. What makes this coin special isn't just its design or mint mark, but its story and rarity in top condition. While millions of pennies were minted in 1961, most circulated heavily, losing their original luster and often suffering from wear and tear. Collectors are on the lookout for pennies that have retained their mint state quality, that crisp detail, the original shine, and absence of scratches or discoloration. The better the condition, the higher the coin's value. Now, you might be asking, how valuable can a 1961 D penny really be? Typically, circulated coins from this year might be worth just a few cents or a dollar or two to collectors. But when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded highly by professional services, the story changes dramatically. These coins become rare gems, sought after for their rarity and historical significance. In the world of coin collecting, condition is king. A well-preserved 1961 D penny with deep, sharp details and a bright finish can fetch prices that surprise many. This coin isn't just pocket change anymore. It's a window into America's past, preserved in copper and history. Collectors and investors who understand the value of rarity and condition often keep an eye on coins like this. Because their worth doesn't just come from the metal, it's about the story, the preservation, and the demand among enthusiasts worldwide. Over the years, the market for these coins has grown steadily. As more collectors seek to complete sets or own coins from different mints and years, the prices have climbed. And with fewer coins surviving in mint condition, the value is pushed even higher. So, what's the real value of this remarkable 1961 D penny in exceptional condition? If you're lucky enough to own one that's been carefully preserved, it could be worth a staggering $99,000. Yes, $99,000 for a 1-cent coin, a testament to the passion of collectors and the timeless appeal of American coinage. Second rare coin, we're going to explore the fascinating story behind a seemingly simple coin, the United States 1-cent coin from 1967. While it might look like your everyday penny, this particular coin carries a history and value that many collectors dream of. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started in the hobby, stick around because this 1967 penny has a lot to offer beyond its copper color and humble denomination. The 1967 penny was produced during a transitional time in American coinage history. It's part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which began in 1959 and featured the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a tribute to the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. This series replaced the classic wheat penny design and became the face of the 1-cent coin for decades. The 1967 penny was struck in Philadelphia, so it lacks a mint mark, making it a coin that circulated widely and touched many hands over the years, despite its common appearance. What makes the 1967 penny stand out is its rarity in high grades and the story behind the economic and political environment of the 1960s, which influenced coin production and circulation. By 1967, The United States was deep into the Vietnam War era, and the economy was experiencing inflation. These factors played a role in how coins were minted, collected, and saved, or not saved, in many cases. The majority of 1967 pennies you find today are heavily circulated, worn down by decades of use in everyday transactions. But for collectors, condition is everything. A 1967 penny that remains in uncirculated or near-mint condition is a rare gem. It still has the original luster, the fine details of Lincoln's profile and the memorial are crisp and clear, and the coin shines with a brilliance that tells stories of careful preservation. Coins like this can command impressive prices on the collector's market point. One of the most exciting things about the 1967 penny is how it bridges the gap between a widely circulated coin and a collectible treasure. Because millions were made, it's not considered rare in the traditional sense. However, the uncirculated examples, especially those graded by professional services, have become increasingly scarce over time. Collectors seeking to build complete Lincoln Memorial sets are on the lookout for these high-quality pieces, which drives up the demand and, consequently, the price. If you've ever wondered what factors push the value of a coin like this, it boils down to three main things: rarity, condition, and demand. The 1967 penny ticks the last two boxes strongly when in excellent condition. Because it's not rare in the usual sense, the best preserved examples are prized possessions among collectors who understand their value as part of American history. The story of this penny is a reminder that even the most ordinary coins can become extraordinary with the right circumstances. It's a symbol of history, economy, and the everyday life of millions of Americans from decades ago. So, if you happen to stumble upon a pristine 1967 penny that looks almost like it just came off the minting press, hold onto it tightly. It's more than just a coin, it's a collector's treasure that could be worth an astonishing $90,000. Yes, $90,000 for a humble 1-cent coin, showing just how valuable history and rarity combined with perfect preservation can become. Third expensive coin, we're diving deep into the story behind the United States 1-cent coin from 1971, minted in Denver, often referred to as the 1971 penny. This might seem like just another penny, but if you pay close attention, you'll find there's more to this coin than meets the eye. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this 1971 penny has a fascinating tale and a value that might surprise you. The 1971 penny was struck during a period of change and growth in the U.S. economy and culture. The 1970s marked an era of social shifts, economic challenges, and evolving coinage technology. This penny, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, was part of a well-established series that had been in production since 1959. But what makes this penny stand out isn't just the design, but the nuances in its production and survival. Unlike pennies from earlier decades, the 1971 penny was produced in large quantities, meaning millions were released into circulation. This normally would lower a coin's collectible value, but here's where things get interesting. Not all 1971 pennies were created equal. Some rare varieties and mint errors make certain specimens incredibly valuable today. Additionally, pennies that have managed to escape heavy circulation and remain in pristine condition are highly sought after by collectors. Over the years, many 1971 pennies found their way into the pocket change of Americans, which caused wear and tear, diminishing their value. However, those that were saved in mint condition or better, whether by collectors or simply forgotten in coin jars, have become true treasures. The condition of a coin, often referred to as its grade, plays a critical role in its market value. Uncirculated coins with sharp details and full luster can command prices far beyond their face value. Another key factor adding to the allure of the 1971 penny is the subtle differences found in some of the mint runs. These can include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or slight variations in striking pressure. Collectors are always on the lookout for these anomalies, and when discovered, they can elevate the coin's worth significantly. When you hold a 1971 penny in your hand, you're holding a piece of mid-20th century American history. It represents the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait has graced the penny since 1909, and it reflects the industrial strength of the Denver Mint, one of the country's major coin producers. The coin itself serves as a snapshot of the times, economically, politically, and culturally. Now, let's talk about the coin's value. For most circulated examples, the 1971 penny is worth just a few cents above its face value. But for those rare mint condition examples, particularly those certified by professional grading services, the story changes dramatically. Collectors and investors prize these coins for their rarity and preservation. The best specimens can fetch truly astonishing amounts in auctions and private sales. Imagine finding a 1971 penny that looks like it just left the mint, every detail crisp and clear, the copper still gleaming. Such a coin isn't just pocket change anymore. It's a collector's gem, a miniature piece of art and history rolled into one. And if you ever come across one like that, it could be worth an incredible $76,000. Yes, $76,000 for a single penny, a testament to how history, rarity, and condition can transform a common coin into a priceless treasure. Especially we're taking a closer look at a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1973, minted in Denver. At first glance, it may seem like just an ordinary penny, but there's a story behind this coin that every collector should know. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, the 1973 penny offers a unique glimpse into the past and a surprising value that could make your next coin hunt truly rewarding. The 1973 penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been a staple of American coinage for decades. This particular penny carries the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of leadership and perseverance, while the reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, representing unity and the enduring spirit of the nation. But what makes the 1973 penny stand out isn't just its design. It's the subtle details, minting history, and condition that give it collectible appeal. During the early 1970s, the Denver Mint was producing millions of pennies each year, and the 1973 was no exception. This means that the majority of these coins were destined for circulation, passing from hand to hand in everyday transactions. For many, this meant they became ordinary pocket change, with the natural wear and tear stripping away their original luster. However, this widespread circulation also means that finding a 1973 penny in exceptional condition today is a rare and exciting event for collectors. One of the key factors that significantly influences the value of a 1973 penny is its condition or grade. Coins that have been carefully preserved, exhibiting sharp details, a bright copper color, and minimal signs of wear, are highly sought after. These uncirculated or near-mint examples hold a special place in the market because they represent the coin's original beauty, as it looked fresh from the mint over 50 years ago. Additionally, there are some rare error varieties from the 1973 Denver Mint that collectors chase. These errors can include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes, all of which add a layer of intrigue and rarity to the coin. Such mistakes in the minting process were never intended, but create unique specimens that can command premium prices among enthusiasts, beyond just monetary value. Owning a 1973 penny is like holding a tangible piece of American history. It reflects the era's culture, economy, and technological advances in coin production. It serves as a reminder of the simple yet enduring design choices that make the Lincoln Cent one of the most recognizable coins in the world. Now, while the vast majority of 1973 pennies you'll come across might only be worth their face value, a truly exceptional specimen, especially one with a rare error or in pristine condition, can be a real treasure. Collectors and investors keep a close eye on these coins because they are a fantastic example of how condition and rarity can elevate a seemingly ordinary penny to extraordinary status. If you happen to have a 1973 penny tucked away in your collection or discovered in your change, it's definitely worth having it appraised by a professional. With the right grade and condition, this humble copper coin could be valued as high as $60,000, making it an unexpectedly valuable asset. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into an often overlooked yet fascinating coin, the United States 1-cent coin from 1981, minted in Denver. At first glance, the 1981 penny might seem like just another coin in circulation, but beneath its copper surface lies a story rich with history, rarity, and surprising value that could make it a star in your collection. The 1981 penny belongs to the classic Lincoln cent series, featuring the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has graced American pennies since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic symbol representing the country's heritage and unity. Although this design was commonplace, the 1981 penny carries significance due to its minting nuances and how many survived the test of time in pristine condition. During the early 1980s, billions of pennies were produced across the United States, with Denver Mint churning out a large portion of these coins. The sheer volume made many coins from this era common in everyday circulation, often resulting in wear and tear that reduces their value. However, it is precisely this commonality that makes the rare, well-preserved examples of the 1981 pennies stand out among collectors. The key to the 1981 penny's value lies in its condition and rarity. While many pennies from this year are heavily circulated, coins that have been carefully stored or protected over the years, maintaining their original luster and sharp details, become true collector's items. In numismatic terms, these coins are called mint state or uncirculated coins, and they command a significant premium compared to their worn counterparts. Another factor that adds interest to the 1981 penny is the existence of some rare minting errors. These errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and variations in the mint mark. Such mistakes were accidental but highly prized by collectors because they make the coin unique. Error coins often attract a higher price and generate excitement in the coin collecting community, but beyond just the numbers and grades, the 1981 penny holds sentimental value. It represents a snapshot of American life during the early 80s, a time of cultural shifts, economic challenges, and technological progress. Holding this penny in your hand is like holding a piece of history that has quietly witnessed decades pass by. For those of you wondering about the coin's worth, it's important to remember that the average 1981 penny found in loose change will usually be worth just its face value. But if you own a coin that is uncirculated, flawless, or features one of those rare mint errors, your penny could be worth much more than you think. Professional grading and authentication play a crucial role here. Certified coins from respected grading services offer collectors confidence and often fetch higher prices on the market. If you believe you have a special 1981 penny, having it professionally evaluated could unlock hidden value after years of trading and growing interest in coins from this era. Some of the best-preserved 1981 pennies with rare characteristics have been known to fetch prices as high as $50,000, making them prized possessions for collectors and investors alike. Thank you for joining me on this detailed exploration of the 1981 penny. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of American history, please like, subscribe, and share your own coin stories in the comments. Remember, sometimes the smallest coins can hold the greatest treasures.